Hello, beautiful. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. I'm your girl, Taylor, and this is Central Connection. Here on this channel, we are allowing the love of God to manifest and stir some things up on the inside of ourselves to put our best selves forward, our best self. So if that is something you want to tap into, that is something you're trying to do for yourself, then definitely hit that subscribe button below to join the fam. All right, beautiful. I'm not going to hold you. I'm just going to go ahead and dive right deep into it today. I am going to talk to you guys about something that's in my Bible plan. I am trying to do a year through the Bible. Lord, please pray for me because people start off in January, February, and by March, we're already falling off the treadmill. And I say us and we because I have done this yet before and I'm trying to do it again. So pray for your sis. But I was in my Bible plan today and I am deep in Job, and it has gotten to the part where Elihu, which is one of the youngest people in the room, finally get a chance to speak to Job. For those of you who do not know, Job is one of those Christians who tries their best to play it by the book, do what they're supposed to do, hear the voice of God, connect with God, have a true relationship with him, be bonded, connected. That is my father. That is my friend. I mean, best friend. Talk to him about anything and everything, no matter how small, no matter how big. That's my God, right? Job was that guy. People loved him. People cherished him. People looked up to him. They wanted to hear everything he had to say. They wanted to see everything he had to do. But then all of a sudden, he lost absolutely everything. His loved ones, his job, his accolades, it seemed to just wither away in a blink of an eye. One day it was there, the next day it was not. And he's in complete anguish. He's in complete pain. As any regular human being would be, right? Here I am sitting up so high and I'm doing the things of God, and I am feeling not just the beauty of his peace, but the beauty of his love, the beauty of being kept and protected by him and being led by such a God and such a father, that I am so successful in this season to just in a blink of an eye lose it all. And his friends come and tell him about himself and say, well, clearly you ain't doing something right. Clearly you ain't as righteous as you believed yourself to be. Clearly you got something else going on that we don't even know about, because here you are losing absolutely everything. God is punishing you. You done something wrong. Look at you. And Elihu comes up, the youngest person in the room, mind you, comes up and says, okay, I heard enough. I've heard enough. Y'all have all had your chance to speak up. It is now my turn to go ahead and voice my opinion on the matter. Job is in anguish and y'all have nothing good to say. The only thing that you have to say is to badge and berate him and tell him that he is wrong, and clearly he is not as good as he has seemed to be. But in reality, none of us are. In reality, we don't know what God is doing. In reality, God is so big, God is so high, God is so mighty. We have no right to act like we deserve to call ourselves even righteous, saying that we need to continue to humble ourselves and to seek after him. Yes, we can have our moment to cry, to maybe even doubt, to fear, but God is saying, don't do that. Don't do it. You might feel the emotion. You might internally be filling yourselves with the thoughts because you're allowing the enemy to get in your head through the situation, or the feelings because you're allowing the enemy to steer your feelings with these situations. You might have those moments where you feel and you think that, but you need to be able to release and to relinquish it and to connect back to the source, which is our God, which is our Father, which is our King. Now, I'm not going to step out here and be like Elihu said everything right in essence, because he was upset too. He was frustrated too. And like us humans, we tend to lack. We tend to go off and go left and say some things out of our mouth that isn't quite in alignment with what God is actually having for us to say. But he was right in the sense of telling him that you are not self-righteous and you have no reason to think of yourself as being self-righteous, even though you might have been doing everything good, everything great. Even God has clearly given you some kind of affliction. God has clearly given you some kind of adversary because he needs to get a point across, because he is trying to help you to be prepared for something else, because there is something so much more bigger than you even now in this moment, that that even though you were doing everything you're supposed to be doing thus far, God has even more for you. So he is allowing you to go through this trial, through this troubling time with a strong purpose. But just because he does it doesn't mean he has to give you the purpose. Just because he does it doesn't mean he has to explain himself. Because even after Elihu came on and said what he had to say in Job's 32 to 37, Job's 38 and 39, God comes up and speaks. And the first thing he says to Job when he finally speaks to him is to remind him of who he is. God is King of kings and Lord of lords. He sits up high. He is the only mighty one. He is the only righteous one. He is the only pure one. He is the only one that is truly victorious. He is the only one that knows before, now, in the future. He's the only one that was able to create the things that he has been able to create, like this universe, to be an example. He created every single thing that is living upon this earth, and we were never there because we weren't even truly thought of. Maybe it was something coming down in the process, but me, myself, Taylor, was not even thought of in the moment. He knew that there was going to be a Taylor needed in this world, but Taylor wasn't crafty yet. Taylor wasn't molded yet, but he knew and he knows exactly what I'm going to be needed for in this land. So who are you to think that you can even be righteous enough to not be touched? You are touchable. You are not untouchable just because you walk in the faith. You are not untouchable simply because you pray to God every single day. You are not untouchable simply because you pray to God right when you need to. Just because you do every single thing right doesn't mean that God actually owes you anything, because he doesn't owe us absolutely anything. He continues to call us worthy. He continues to call us his children, but the only true worthy one, the only true righteous one is him himself. And the fact that his righteousness is calling us worthy, that means that we need to get ourselves together. That means we need to truly straighten ourselves up and get our lives together and do the will of him, the things that he is asking us to do. Because just think about it. Job was doing what he was supposed to be doing in his mind, everything that he was supposed to be doing, but yet he still found himself in anguish and adversity. And through it all, he still left his hope in God, simply because he had that connection, simply because his heart had been mended enough to know and realize that even though I'm going through all of this pain, even though I'm going through all of this suffering, I still have a God who sits high up on the throne. I still have a God who is righteous and mighty. I still have a God who is gracious and merciful. I still have a God that is protecting, keeping me, and loving me, because even though I'm going through all of this mess, I still have not truly lost my mind. Even though I'm going through all of this mess, the only thing that you are really truly hearing out of my mouth are my feelings, how I'm feeling in the moment, simply because I don't understand. I don't know what God is doing for me. I don't know what God is doing to me. I don't know where God is transitioning me. I don't know where God is leading me, but all I know is I am hurting and I am breaking in this moment. But the only thing you have to do when you are feeling broken, when you are feeling like you are being broken down into so many different pieces, is to continue to embed yourself in the word. Truly get deep inside of it, because you will find exactly what God is trying to tell you. He will stomp on your toes a little bit, maybe even smack you in the back of your neck to make sure that you stand up and sit up straight, because he's trying to allow you to heal, to see where to see exactly where you went wrong and are going wrong on a constant and continuous basis, not even realizing that this is truly the thing that's hindering you, not even realizing that this habit is not for you any longer, not even realizing that that person you shouldn't even be hanging around with anymore. But he will make it clear and concise for you the things that you need to change in your life in order to move forward in faith to do the things that he is destined for you to do. He will continue to be with you. He will continue to take care of you. No matter how bleak it gets, no matter how dark it may seem, God is always there. God is always for us. So no matter how much pain we might be feeling, no matter how broken and how low we might even go, remember to stay with your source. At the center of it all is always God. No matter what, you are always there with God. So remember that. Keep him close, keep him near, keep him dear. Give him everything. Let go of it all. Don't hold on to anything anymore. Let go of all of it. Release all of it unto him so that he can help you in the ways that we desperately need it. But that's it. That's all I have for you guys today, to keep your heads up. Give yourself enough slack. Remember to stay in that prayer closet, stay centrally connected with the Father, and continue to pray and pray until something happens with him. I love y'all. Peace.